Nice.
Rushing it too much now.
Wow. Alright, this is going to be a review of the action targets that we bought. And this one here we got for free, minus shipping, from Action Targets, which was really cool because we didn't buy them in the month that the promotion was going on, but they gave them to us anyway. So far I've been really impressed with these. They're pretty heavy duty. This is the heavy duty dueling tree, and it's heavy duty. You can shoot it with rifles. Same rules as the other AR-5 whatever, abrasion resistant steel. Same rules with that apply. You can shoot it with pistols up close. Shoot it with rifles if they're going muzzle velocities under 3,000 feet per second and you're 100 yards away or more. You can shoot these. So far they seem pretty nice. They all lean, as you can see, so that you don't get any splatter back. This one's leaning forward. That one doesn't lean, but these are 22 only, or rimfire only, so when it spins it kicks the bullets out. That one's getting plastered, and as you can see here, we've got quite a bit of bullet fragments down in the dirt there and on the legs, and here we've got us a bullet, just an impact line, as you can see there. So they do the job pretty well. Another thing to note is that on these AT hostage targets and on that heavy duty dueling tree, that's just another AT hostage down there, there are no bolts, welds, or seams of any kind showing to the gun. So you don't have any real chances of hitting anything that's going to cause a unpredictable bounce back. The 22 targets have some round head bolts that show up, as you can see there, so that's pretty cool. They're also fairly easy to put together with standard bolt sizes. These are 3/4 inch bolts, and those are 9/16 I think on the back side of those. These plates, easy to put on and off. One of these plates has a nick in it that you wouldn't expect. We've only shot at them with 223 from 100 yards and 9mm and a little bit of 45 up close. I thought there was. I might be mistaken. Maybe it was the other AT target. But these have taken some bullets, quite a few. There's some little bitty dimples in these that you can feel. So, you know, they're not totally impervious. This here, I suspect that these are from 223, so they're coming in pretty hot, and there's a pretty good divot there. I was hoping that wouldn't happen, especially with how heavy this thing is. You have to completely disassemble this one to move it, or I do anyway. Whereas these AT hostage targets, you simply take the target head off, and you take the target head off and you can move the base entirely. And then these you can take, I just moved those completely all assembled, excuse me. So you can see some hex bolts there technically showing. These require being level pretty much, otherwise it'll be an unfair, if you're actually dueling it will be a little bit unfair, because they'll swing easier from one side to the other. And also, as you can see, these we have it kicked back a little bit. We were trying to get it to lean forward a little bit more so that these plates would fall out properly, but they like to hang back, so you got to make sure you're setting it up right. I don't know what else there is to say, really. I don't know how Action Targets are on price, but I just got to shopping around, and for the targets I wanted, like this dueling tree and that dueling tree, they seem to be pretty decent on price. Shipping was a little steep, but that's obviously because this is 300 pounds of targets here, so it's not steep, it's freight, and it's a little bit of a bummer when you're shipping that, but it's okay because it is what it is. You got to pay to get it there. They came painted, so that's pretty cool. It's obviously chipping off, but that's okay. And when I emailed them about that, I was not expecting them to actually send that to me, but they said, sure, we'll send it to you, just pay the shipping. And so they were very nice, very professional. All in all, I really think that Action Targets is a good company, and I expect to be buying targets from them again in the future. The only thing I could really gig them on, like I said, that's a really heavy target, but it needs to be. That's what it is. It's called heavy duty, so it's not really as portable as what you might think, calling it a portable target, but it's portable enough, and for what we want to do with it, it needs to be heavy. So I can't gig them on that really. It's just a bummer when you go to move it. So the only thing I can really gig them on is the shipping wasn't very clear to me. I mean, I knew what I expected when I ordered it, and I got a shipping estimate, and that was what I paid. But when they shipped it freight, and maybe this is just the way it works when you're shipping stuff freight, but when they shipped it, I wasn't exactly clear about when it was showing up. And I mean, I think they sent me tracking information, but it made it sound like it was an estimate and that I might have to pay more or something like that, and I didn't. So it was only, more than likely it was confusion on my part and not anything wrong that Action Targets did. But all in all, I think they're well made. They're easy to put together. I mean, for what they are, they're extremely easy to put together. I put together those in my little man cave. Put together that in my man cave. Now I did have, it's hard to put these together without help when you put the target heads on them because they're pretty heavy. I'd like to give weights on it, but this all said and done is more than I really want to carry. Oh, one thing I should mention. Those plates drop on and they get to pull, and they're the same plates as what's on the Action or the AT hostage target. These are a little bit different. You have to put, these are two different brackets, and the one with the long, that's deeper this way, goes on first. The one that's shallower goes on second, and then you put that round head bolt on the front through, and you, sorry, there you go. You put this bolt through, you start the nut on it, but you don't tighten it, because if you tighten it, this won't fit in. Once it's on there loose, you put that in, spin that out of the way, and you just put a socket in there and tighten it down. So it's actually really well thought out and pretty easy to put together, and that's pretty heavy. It's actually pretty heavy all assembled, but it's not something that you can't pick up and throw in the bed of the truck and carry around. So again, really cool. I think that these targets are going to last a long time. We've taken them out a few times now and shot them, and I really dig them. This target is a different target, and I'll have to check with Law Dog or whatever we're calling him these days and see where he got this. And his other, this is a full-size IPSC target, and the only thing that's happened on it so far is that tubing took a round from, we believe it's from a 38 at 100 yards, dead center mast there. But that's not a big deal because it's just square tubing, and the head sits in it, and it sits on the stand. So we literally only have to buy new square tubing when that gets all beat up, but it's fine for now. So that's a pretty cool target too, and his little 12-inch circles that we've got, or that he got, that he brings along, are really awesome as well. So all in all, these had a lot of fun to your shooting, and they can be used for good training, supposedly. We spend more time just throwing ammo at them than anything, because the thing is, they are very, very fun to shoot. It adds some immediate response, immediate feedback when you shoot, you know, if you hit or miss, and that's beneficial. But it's also fun just to listen to the steel ring. And so we wind up sending a lot of lead at them without actually coming up with any kind of drills or anything that would benefit our shooting better. What we plan on doing, other than what we've got set up here where we're just shooting them with pistols, is taking those, perhaps one of these days taking that out to about 200 yards and maybe 300 yards and putting some bolt guns to a dueling test, or putting the shooters to a test. And then we'd like to set up these at that far or further, and maybe do some simultaneous shooting, competition shooting with bolt guns, and even ARs, carbines and stuff like that. It'll be a little bit harder, but with those 308s that the guys have, the AR-10s, and even the Doc has a Mark 12 barrel in his AR, one of his ARs now, so that would probably do okay on these 6-inch circles at, you know, 200 yards, 300 yards. And so hopefully we'll get to try that sometime and see how they do. But so far, standing up really well made, good company. They're very friendly, and they may be priced a little high, I'm not really for sure, but on these types of targets, it seems like the quality that you're getting is and the utility that you're getting is well worth the extra price. I would say that it's worth more than you're paying. You know, you pay more if you're paying more for the targets, you're getting more value out of them than you would be if you were paying less. I think that's my personal opinion, but anyway, that's just me. So I think that's it. Thanks.